first of all, I just want to thank you, Solana, for having us here, bringing such beautiful group of women, learning about the most hot topic right now. I mean, the news is just filled with COVID-19 and people just talking and nonstop. And then I know a lot of people, especially in the city of Toronto, are being surrounded by fear. And I think us being here today, really getting down to the facts, exactly what's going on, what is this disease all about, and what can we do to actually help prevent this is so great. And I'm just going to share a little bit about the background of the disease and my tips in terms of prevention. I would like to hear each and every year's opinion on your own personal tips in terms of preventing virus or just staying healthy in general. So as you guys may know, this is a brand new novel coronavirus, and that has not been previously recorded anywhere. Actually, the common cold is also a branch of coronavirus, but it's turned to the DNA of this virus is completely different, and that's why people were freaking out about it, because there's no vaccine for it, right? And right now we have a lot of testing centers that are being done in terms of this vaccine. And what they actually do is they take a nasal swab or throat swab, and they go through a sequence of chemical testing called the PCR to see whether there's any genetic information in that nasal swab or in that throat swab that suggests you have this kind of disease. And I'm sure a lot of you know that this virus was first detected in Wuhan, China. But there's a lot of controversy about how actually this virus got started. Most of them said it's because it started from a wild animal market. But a lot of people said that this is entirely made up, this was from a lab. So we're not sure how the first infection actually started. But we do know this virus spreads person to person and person to animal. And in terms of the death rate of this virus right now is looking about 2% within China and 0.8% outside of China. And is very less deadly compared to SARS. SARS usually, what they found that SARS is 10% global death rate. So we're looking at a much, much lower and much, much mild virus compared to SARS. In terms of who is most at risk, as the news said, the people who are older and with a weaker immune system, like seniors with conditions, especially heart, lung, and diabetes, are most at risk for fighting this disease. We are seeing more cases of children getting this as well, and that's actually not typical. The typical demographic is just mostly seniors with pre-existing conditions. And how heat resistant is this virus? Most people like to clean their house with wipes, with hot water. They found that this virus is non-heat resistant, and we can actually kill it at 80 degrees. So drinking hot water or cleaning your house with hot water or soap will be a great idea to get rid of this virus. And some of the symptoms with COVID-19 versus the common cold is that you have more of a dry cough, you have difficulty breathing, and you would likely not have any type of runny nose or any type of sneezing symptom going on. That is more with the common cold versus the COVID-19. And we know we talk a little bit about what the immune system, when you have a weak immune system, you're more likely to get this. The immune system is basically a network of organ cells working together to protect you from all the virus and bacteria. But we got to keep in mind there's actually good bacteria in your house as well. So when you do consider, cleaning your house with products such as bleach, not only it takes away the bad bacteria, but it also takes away the good bacteria. So I will recommend cleaning your house with things that are less invasive, such as water just with vinegar will be a great option. So how do you know if you have a poor immunity? Some of the really common signs for people that have weak immunity include allergies, as Marie talked about a little bit earlier, IBS, asthma, constant ear infections, or you have constant skin problems, you have frequent infections, frequent colds and flus. Those are all signs of immune system problems. And how can you go about boosting your immune system? For my personal recommendation, I think vitamin C is one of the cheapest, easiest thing you can do to help you boost your immune system. And along with that, drinking bone broth is huge because that contains a lot of good protein and good minerals that's going to come in together with vitamin C, and those are huge in terms of boosting your immune system. Again, having a good gut health, especially good probiotics from eating things like kimchi, sauerkraut, yogurt, can be really, really good to build a good immune system, because we know the gut talks a lot to the brain, and the brain controls everything, including our immune system. And for me, I know a lot of people are saying, this whole thing is not real. It's all about creating a massive fear in our community to manipulate the economy. So whatever it is, reducing stress is one of the most important things you can do. Managing your mindset, not going to the supermarket getting toilet paper 5 times a day will be something that's good, because we want to make sure whatever happens, that positive mindset will keep us healthy, even with this virus or without this virus. So I want to listen to what some of the things you guys can share in terms of health and wellness that can really help us get through this virus.
Thank you, Dr. Kelly Wang. Dr. Kelly Wang is our new founding member. She'll be working with you guys, leading our wellness summits and helping a lot of ladies on empowerment side of things. She's a very strong millennial leader who leads to empower and help other people. Thank you so much, Kelly. Dr. Kelly. So who's next, ladies? Jelena, you.
Hi, how are you? Can you hear me, guys?
We can hear you well.
Okay.
I can see you.
Thank you very much for having me here today. I will speak a little bit about ozone and how ozone really works on our boosting on our immunity. We all know that immunity is something very unique to each other of us, and it's almost like having all of us different fingerprints, and that's for good reason. This kind of diversity really helps to sustain actually the human race. And if our immunity defense system were identical and single deadly disease would wipe us out all completely. And that's why we all know someone who never get a cold, or someone that maybe has expertise, is an expert, their immunity is an expert in dealing with the common cold, but they might fare worse when faced with maybe some different germs. So that's why we are very, very different. But from birth to death, we are silently bombarded with, minute by minute, with literally untold number of potential infectious threats. And whether we all get sick or we don't get sick, it's actually decided by the integrity of our immune system. It's very well known that the body deprived of oxygen gets sick. And that is the reason why, especially in the cities like Toronto, that are very polluted, we do have lots of asthmas, allergies, cancers. Those are all illnesses that actually thrive in the body without oxygen. Ozone treatments are actually there for to actually help with that, because ozone will boost the body and enrich it with oxygen. But let's backtrack a little bit about all of this, because when we mention ozone, we also have a fear. If you go to the internet and you start researching and typing ozone, lots of customers would just get scared of what ozone can do. But ozone is a gas, and when it enters our blood system, it does really amazing stuff. It's used in 42 countries by 40,000 physicians. It was used in North America until 1940s. But then, of course, Big Pharma wiped out all the holistic approach. Germany uses ozone in their environmental products and in their water cleaning system and in their post-operative care. So that's why they have the lowest post-op infections rate on the planet. When the ozone enters our body, it will not harm healthy cells in our body, but will go after bacteria, viruses, parasites, microorganisms, fungus, yeast. So everything that we call harmful radical. And these harmful free radicals can't resist. The ozone glues to them and either destroys them or transfers them so the body can eliminate them through the lymph nodes. When ozone enters the body, it actually stimulates the healthy cells. So unhealthy cells can't fight it, and healthy cells love it. This is why it doesn't hurt humans. Ozone properties have been neglected by conventional medicine, that for sure, and it has properties that no other agent has and is able to transcend any type of bacterial resistance. Ozone works differently than antibiotic. Bacteria learns how to invade antibiotic, but it can't learn how to invade ozone. It also triggers the serotonin hormone in our brain and makes you feel calm, relaxed, and focused with clear mind and positive approach towards life, which is very important nowadays because our immunity does go down when we are under stress. So if you happen to suffer from mental issues like depression, stress, anxiety, and then through arthritis, autoimmune disease, cancers, osteoarthritis, name it, ozone may be the only answer, particularly when traditional medicine has failed. Now, how do we do and use the ozone? We combine it with the steam. Steam is considered a relaxing agent and with large effect that we have on health, and for thousands of years was used for humankind for that purposes. And ozone, when it enters the steam through ozone sauna approach, it's very easy, a pleasant and simple addition to the treatments of like depression, asthma, arthritis, cancer, flu. And it also detoxifies the body. It increases the energy, it decreases the stress level, it calms down the nervous system, it straightens the mental focus, it clears the fog in the head, detoxifies, clears the skin, and really, really helps boost up the immunity because our cells are now pumped up with enriched oxygen. And that is actually what ozone is. Ozone is an enriched oxygen that when it enters our blood system really does amazing, amazing stuff. So bottom line is, why is ozone so effective nowadays with this coronavirus? Four things. It activates the immune system, causing the body to produce more white blood cells so it can combat infection. It has an anti-inflammatory effect, which promotes healing in wounds or infected areas due to reduced inflammation. It promotes the uptake and use of oxygen in the blood and cells of the body, aiding in the treatment of conditions in which poor circulation or oxygen levels play a role. And it also calms us down. It really lowers down the stress level. We have a very good internal calmness, and we start having a quite positive approach to life. So just to finalize everything, the whole point of this treatment is that by increasing oxygen in our body, ozone sauna will rid our body of toxins and all the bacteria and viruses. It will rejuvenate it and boost up the immunity to the overall body. If you guys have any questions, feel free to talk to me at the end of the webinar.
Yes. Actually, yeah.
Go ahead, Kelly.
Yeah, I've actually read a lot of research in terms of ozone therapy, and I know it's becoming a really popular thing right now, especially in North America. Do people with pre-existing conditions, or do they have to be careful with ozone therapy, or there's no precautions with people that have things like diabetes or heart disease? Can they still do this without any safety issues?
These are actually clients that would come for such a treatment. So the only customers that shouldn't be in the ozone sauna are clients with epilepsy and pregnant women. Okay. Everybody else can be in that sauna, never mind what age they are. We especially have lots of older senior citizens in their 80s coming for not only immunity boost, but for a lot of arthritis pain, back pain, neck pain. So it really helps a lot. Tons of cancer patients, tons of autoimmune disorders. So diabetes, absolutely for sure, gut issues. But overall, the way how it works, because it really boosts up the immunity of the overall body, the body starts slowly being balanced. All the cells get a signal that they should start moving around, and they do start moving around because they are now enriched with oxygen, and the redox between them, redox is the signal between the cells, really then starts working properly, and the body slowly starts healing and regenerating.
Got it. Thank you.
Beautiful. And approximately, Jelena, give us how much money people need to spend to go through.
Very moderate price. We keep that price very low. Right now, it's about $65 per session or 480. The reason why we keep it so low is because we really want customers to come regular is the body upkeep. Especially nowadays, if you really want to boost your immunity, I warmly recommend to do 3 sessions, maybe like once a week or maybe even twice a week. And then after that, it's up to the customer how they want to come once a month, twice a month, if they want to have a proper body upkeep. If you do this session consistently and you have them as something regularly in your lifestyle, you will really very rarely get sick and you will have tons of energy because ozone gives you really a lot of energy. So you will not have those energy spikes through the day, but through the 24 hours period, you will have really good energy and you will sleep well. And sleep nowadays is actually the best medicine. We don't realize that everything starts with the sleep. If we don't work on our sleep, none of the ozones or medications would work on us. We have to work on our sleep so our immunity is proper, and then we can start adding other things to that.
Amazing, thank you. She has absolutely amazing testimonials from people from our network, from ozone sauna. So if you know people in aches and pains, please connect with Jelena. I'll make sure that we all connected after the event. And thank you so much, Jelena. Jelena is our founding member. Typical beautiful mother, leader, serial entrepreneur, very well connected. It's good for you to know, Martha. You're fairly new here, so all those ladies, they are well connected here. They'll all be able to help you out to grow your business. Okay. And you can help us with if you need to take our products and services to Mexico, you'll be the one who we approach, right?
And you're welcome to take it together to Mexico also with your product.
You're amazing. Thank you so much, Jelena. So who's next? Oh, Francina, yes. Yes, Francina is a beautiful mother with the natural vegan organic products. And Francina, go ahead. Maybe you can tell a little bit your story. So Kelly, get to know, Dr. Kelly, get to know you better, please. Thank you.
No problem. So once I started to hear the buzz about the virus, there are a couple things that I did naturally was change my mindset and make sure I don't panic or freak out, because all that does is cause more stress, more worry, and hold myself, okay, what's next? Naturally, I go to essential oils because I use essential oils in my skincare products. So there were 2 things that I did. I looked for the essential oil that can help combat, clean the surfaces around my house, and then went to what could I take? Went to the one tea that I make constantly once I start to feel something coming on, and that's ginger. So I took some ginger, grated it, added some boiling water, and let it sit and stew, and I drink that, and I've been drinking that every day. Ginger is one of those natural ingredients that can help flush out toxins naturally, and the good thing about it in the essential oil form is it does a lot more. And it's very powerful and very concentrated in essential oil form. So you'll heal infections, you'll aid in any respiratory problems, you'll reduce inflammation, relieve anxiety, alleviate muscle pain or menstrual pain, and it can also improve your liver function. So taking that every day, it does help me, use the washroom and go to the washroom every day and flush things out. So it's a really great ingredient to incorporate in your food or to drink or an essential oil. When it came to an essential oil that I used a blend of wild orange, clove bud, cinnamon leaf and bark, eucalyptus and rosemary. And what I did was I diffused it. So I took a couple of drops in my diffuser and I let that run all night. I put a timer on my diffuser. It goes for about 6 hours. And then I will take a couple of drops, dilute it with a carrier oil, like I think I used coconut oil this time. And I'd rub it along the spine of my daughter and on the bottom of her feet because she's 4. And I put it on the bottom of my feet as well. And that's a good point to help when you have any illnesses or feel anything coming on. I like to be a little proactive and do it before anything catches. In terms of cleaning, I use the same blend of the essential oils and cleaned everything. I clean up after myself. I wash my hands often. and I make sure I clean out every surface, even the surfaces you're not even thinking of. I do the door handles, the light switches, the handrail, the floors, the cabinets, the faucets, every single surface you would touch that's not on your body is what I would suggest that you clean and do it often. Another natural thing that I've done is I'll open the window and just let the air just flow right through for a good 15, 20 minutes. And even today, I went outside in the backyard. It was a little chilly, so I spent 10 minutes with my daughter doing a little bit of blowing a little bubbles and stuff like that to have fun. But naturally, it's really decreasing what I do social media wise. I realized I was getting caught up in everything that I looked through on Facebook. Like every other post was regarding the virus, which I expected to be. But at the same time, you might get caught up in the hype and the panic. And I understand people being concerned and running for toilet tissue. I don't know why toilet tissue. I mean, I won't put my personal opinion on that, but it doesn't cause massive diarrhea. So I'd rather people paper towels and towels to wash their hands. Paper towels is cleaner because you can just throw it away. So it's really, and I really want people to be mindful. Even though you may be healthier, the person that you're coming in contact with may not be. So I took the initiative and took time off from work, asked to work from home, because my dad has a chronic disease. My dad has kidney disease. So his chances of getting sick are a lot higher. So when you think of not necessarily the age of the person, but also if they have a chronic disease. So you may be healthy walking around, but you don't know when you cough, sneeze, laugh, whatever kind of contact you make, how it affects the person that you're speaking to or around. My tips are ginger. Use essential oils in any way you can. Put them at the pressure points, put them at your feet, on your wrists, and diffuse and keep your surfaces as clean as possible, and clean morning and evening if you have to.
Excellent. I love it. You are always prepared, eh?
Well, that's what I did all day yesterday and today, yes.
Yeah, you're always prepared. You know your stuff. You should be on TV all the time. I mean, you have this charismatic face. You just look at that face. Thank you so much, Francina.
Thank you.
God bless you. And guys, let's make sure we're connecting again with each other. It's very important. And Andrea Lavigne, she's fairly new with us, but she's lady on fire. You know, those ladies on fire. So here she is. We are very grateful for the opportunity to work with you, Andrea, and please take it away.
Thank you so much. So my name is Andrea Lavigne, and I have a health and wellness business, and I have become extremely, please stay outside now, okay? Sorry guys. I have become extremely passionate about toxin and harmful chemical-free living. And today's day and age, I think it's even more important because that's part of prevention, right? And I think Jelena talked about one of the topics that I want to talk about is lack of sleep. Because when we don't sleep, and this is, it's crucial for us to understand that if we don't sleep, our immune system just goes down because our T cells go down. T cells are a form of white blood cells. They are like the little soldiers that go out and attack all these viruses and fight the bacteria, right? So if we don't sleep, these T cells go down, so our inflammation goes up, and we become increasingly vulnerable for these viruses and the bacteria. So number one, very, very important to sleep, get the adequate amount of sleep. So people, when they say, oh, I don't need sleep, they are basically reducing the span of their life, so to say, and they are getting themselves open up to all these illnesses and viruses. And number two, what I want to mention is our skin is our largest organ, and people don't realize that what you put on your skin goes into your skin. So using toxin and harmful chemical-free products in our everyday life is extremely important. And I'm not just talking about the creams that we put on. People don't realize that our clothes are the collectors, and they are these they collect all the toxins and the chemicals from the detergent. So when we wash with a regular detergent from the store, we can't wash, unfortunately, the chemicals and the toxins out of our clothes because these harmful chemicals attach themselves to the fiber of our clothes. And you would think that it washes out with the rinse cycle. Well, the proof that it doesn't is that our clothes become faded, they become fuzzy after so many washes. It's not the water, it's not the washing machine, it's the chemical that's attached to the clothes. Now, when you put the clothes on, 20 seconds, and all those toxins go through your skin. And just think about it, when our grandmothers used to wash the clothes with the wash soap, we did not have this many skin illnesses and skin diseases and allergies, right? And we blame it on the sun. Well, there are a lot of reasons why people develop allergies and skin diseases, but this is part of it. So it's very important to use toxin and harmful chemical-free household products. So not just the cleaning, but everything that we use on an everyday basis. Even the air fresheners, they are full of these alcohol and chemicals, and you breathe it in and it's like, oh my God. So it's extremely important to read the labels. And Francina has a skincare line that is toxin and chemical free. And she developed it because she wanted to make sure that everything that she uses, that she puts on her hands and body, is harmful and preventing all these illnesses. And also, by doing all this, we are actually strengthening our immune system. We are letting our body, while we are sleeping, regenerate our immune system and give us strength to fight all the viruses and the illnesses. So what I recommend is two things. Get rid of all your Tides and all those, everything that you buy from the stores, and start reading labels and make sure that there's no toxins and harmful chemicals in them. And don't be afraid from chemicals, because even water is a chemical, H2O. It's 2 hydrogen molecules and 1 oxygen molecule, right? It creates a chemical bond. It's a chemical, right? But it's not a harmful chemical. So educate yourself a little bit more on what's harmful and what you need to have in your life to live a healthy life and prevent and protect your immune system.